cloud. Okay. So welcome to the Monday, May 24th, 2021 PTO meeting of the high school at Shaker Heights. And this is our final meeting of this year. Yay! I do need to say thank you so very much to everybody who's turned up this evening. And thank you for the service that all of the board and chairs have done this year. And thank you to everybody who's stepping up to take something on for this coming year. It means so much that we've got such a strong community, all still willing to work on this, even at this point in the year. So truly, thank you. I just thought that we could spend a couple of minutes here saying hi to each other, just like making sure that we all know who everyone is, because we do have new people coming in. So I'm Kate Bennett, outgoing president. Can I just call on people as I see you on my screen? So Joni, you're next.
I had to get to my mute button and I was typing notes. Hi, wait, what am I saying? I'm Joni Berger. I was VP of, what was I, Educational Enrichment. And I had a freshman at the high school this year and she made it through unscathed. So I figured that is a resounding success this year. And I will call on Ramona.
Good evening. I am Ramona Lowry, the outgoing co-president with Kate Bennett. Welcome, everyone.
Kate Walker, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. My name is Kate Walker. I am the incoming Vice President of Communications, I believe. So super excited. I have a rising 9th grader as my oldest. So we're newer to the district. So we're really excited to jump in.
That's fantastic. Thank you. And Miranda, who is your co, just had something come up right at the last minute. And so she apologizes that she's not here tonight.
Okay.
She might get here for the oath at the end.
Oh, good.
Sarah Devakala. Yeah, here's one. How do you pronounce your last name in your voice as opposed to the many options that have been given?
Sarah Devakarla.
Thank you.
Just like you did. Thank you. Outgoing PTO Council President. So thank you, Kate and Ramona, for being fantastic leaders at the high school. We really appreciated your leadership this year.
Thank you. Thank you. Meg.
Okay, yeah. Can you hear me? I'm sorry you can't see me. I can't figure this out. I'm on my car, Apple CarPlay, and I can't see, but I can hear everybody.
Perfectly.
Okay. Thank you. And thanks, Kate and Ramona, for your leadership. And I am the one of the incoming presidents this coming year. I'm really looking forward to it. And hopefully we'll have some in-person things where we can all meet each other for real. But I just want to say thank you for managing this year in this challenging time. It's been, you guys have done a great job. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you. Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel Lutner. I am incoming the parent education and advocacy. This year I have a freshman and a sophomore who are actually still doing remote learning because it was working well for them. And looking forward to working with everybody.
Thank you. Eric, we were just introducing one another. Have you got a minute to wait while we just finish that up? Or?
Oh, no problem. Take your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Lee, would you like to go next?
Sure thing. I am Lee Ross, and I have a rising senior, so I'm going to take a pause off the board. And I've done secretary for the last 3 years, the first 2 years with a co, which was really nice. And I echo everyone, Kate and Ramona, it's been a lot of fun. The whole team has been great. And we really do appreciate everyone's efforts this year.
Thank you. Andrea?
Hello, I am Andrea Jones. I am leading the co-chair parent and advocacy position.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ellen?
Hi, Ellen Russell. I will be a co-president with Meg Fury next year, and echo her words to you, Kate and Ramona, on the job that you both did this year in the midst of everything and kept everything going. So we thank you for that. And I have a rising senior, sophomore, and 7th grader. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone next year in person as well.
Yay, thank you. I just hearing positive sounds from the match behind you as well.
Yes, well, they are winning 2-0 right now, so that's great.
Yeah. And Deanna has put in the she's said in her chat she can't unmute, but she has twin incoming seniors and she's staying as financial management VP. So thank you. Dominique. Are you able?
Hello. Hi, I'm here. Sorry, I'm meeting a deadline for work and I have like 6 minutes left and then I'm all yours.
Okay.
No, it's good. No, it's a typing deadline. They can wait. But I think I'm the outgoing and the incoming VP of Outreach. And that's obviously been quite challenging this past year with all the COVID, but the committee has been amazing, and we have, or they have been incredibly creative in doing the outreach that, in a non-traditional way. And Colette is not on this call because she is celebrating her 30th wedding anniversary.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
30 years, and at this point on a gorgeous sunny day. So yeah, I thought that's an excellent reason not to be here. So Mr. Julie, Eric, welcome to our meeting, and thank you for finding time to give us a quick update on the end of the year.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So what to say about the end of the year? So this is the end of what has, for me, been the school year started in March of 2020 and hasn't stopped since then. And so we have just a few days left, and my team and I are, all the teachers and all the administrators and our entire faculty are very ready for a rest, as I think the students are too, to go from fully remote to hybrid to in-person and concurrent learning, and it's been a whole lot of years in one school year, and so we're ready for a rest. We had a wonderful prom on Saturday night. I think the kids had an absolutely fantastic time. And one of the really nice things about it was I think that the students, lots of times there are just, incredible wants and needs about specific pieces and parts to a prom. And this group of students was just excited to have the prom. For many of them, it was their first time together in a year, and they just were having a blast together. And it was absolutely fantastic to see. It was just joyful. And, for somebody who likes being around high school students the most, of all the things that I do, it was just incredible to see. So that was great. And today we held our senior clap out event, which was another event that we weren't sure we were going to get to hold. And then last week at this time, it looked like the weather might not be good. And we got a beautiful day, and I made it to the Fernway event. And it was just another joyful event, kids getting to go back and be at their elementary schools. The only group that didn't get bused to and from a school was the Onaway group, and Eric Foreman sent me pictures of the seniors who, after clap out was over, stayed behind to play kickball with the students at recess. And I just think that's representative of the joy that everyone was feeling and getting to go back to elementary schools and be together. And so that just absolutely warmed my heart. And then June 2nd, next week, we're going to have graduation, which I also think will be an absolutely fantastic event. I'm incredibly excited that we get to have it at Rocket Mortgage Arena, and that it won't be at our school. It makes it nicer, it makes it easier to manage. And again, I think it's going to be an absolutely great event. And so my, in closing out this incredibly difficult year, my plan is to get through the 2nd. I can't quite see beyond that yet, but I know it's coming. And then I'm going to rest a little bit, and then I'm going to rest a little bit more. You can spread the word that I may accidentally break my computer for a couple of weeks, so that I can get the rest that I need. But we're already well into planning for next year. The schedule is well on its way to being done. And last summer we made 19 different versions of a schedule, and we were committed to not having to do that this year. And so we're deep into scheduling, and everybody's going to get the courses that they want and that they need. And we're staying with a version of the block schedule. I'll be putting more out about this in the last community newsletter of the year. We're not going to have a Monday schedule next year that is all of the classes. There's a general consensus that didn't work for students or for teachers. But so we'll have odd weeks and even weeks. And so Monday we'll have either an extra odd day or an extra even day each week. And I'm really looking forward to trying the block schedule again outside of a pandemic. I've heard generally, I hear mostly positive feedback about the block schedule from both parents and students and teachers as well. The negative feedback that I hear, I would generally categorize as really pandemic issues and not block schedule issues. But we'll know for sure next year if that's the case or not. We are still going to have schools start later than it has in the past. We've moved it to 8:30 next year, and that's a combination of two pieces. One is I really believe that high school students should start school later. All the research supports that as well. And athletic department schedules are made a year in advance. And so we couldn't do the 9 o'clock time next year as we did this year because athletic schedules were already made. But it's my goal, we'll see if this comes to fruition, but it's not a promise, but it's my goal that while next year's 8:30, the following year will be 8:45, and then the year after that, if we can get back to 9, we'll get back to 9. But we're certainly not going to be earlier than 8:30 because I think it's important for high schoolers to be able to get rest and they stay up later, and so they can start school a little later. And I really do believe that it helps parents to be able to potentially have their older children bring younger siblings to school, and I think that's supportive of plenty of families' needs and an important part of this. Other things to say about next year, I'm going to have a continued focus on learning by doing. We're going to have more, exhibitions and exams. We're going to begin to build internships for students to participate in, and continue moving forward in the direction of a school that focuses more on the application of learning and preparing students for the world that they're going to enter, rather than one that emphasizes tests and quizzes and homework completion. And so, I imagine that there will be more homework in some classes than there was this year. But, I've said publicly that I'm not a huge fan of hours upon hours of homework. And so I'll continue to de-emphasize that. Math teachers are going to want to have homework, and there's good research that supports, daily practice in math. But also my emphasis is on the application of learning. I've had questions about whether or not I'm de-emphasizing AP. I'm not de-emphasizing AP. This is an and for me, not an or. And so we're keeping all of our AP classes. We're returning this year we did not have double periods of AP biology or AP chemistry, and that was specifically because of the pandemic, but we're returning to the more traditional way to teach those courses. And while I don't know what the year holds in terms of mask mandates or anything else that might come down from the federal government or the state or the county, I'm planning on as close as possible to a regular year. I'm grateful that the PTO has gifted us some dollars to have an opening welcome back kickoff, and I expect to have some surprises with that, and we intend for the opening of school to be incredibly fun for students. And we just finished up 2 really exciting 8th grade transition days. We got great feedback on how those went. It was done entirely differently than it had been done in the past. And we will do another entering 9th grade transition. And we'll also do some sort of very purposeful transition for all of the students who spent the last year at home. And so it doesn't feel like they should know stuff that they don't know because they haven't been there. So lots to plan this summer, but the first goal is to rest, and then we'll get going on all that stuff. So Kate, up to you of whether you want me to answer questions or not. But I want to thank everybody for your support this year. I know it's just been an incredibly difficult year for everybody, and I'm ready for this to end and excited for the new year to come.
Thank you so much. I mean, I know that Ramona and I have appreciated how much you've just been there whenever, we've needed to reach out. You've been right at the end of the phone, the email, and super quick to respond. And when you've got everything else going on around you, that's been so special. So thank you very much for everything, making it such an easy work relationship to have. Truly,
we've been a good team. I appreciate both of you too.
Thank you. All right, enjoy your I think you should just go enjoy the baseball now. And
thank you. It's my 10-year-old's first ever baseball game, so
right.
that's where I am.
It was funny because I said you were going, and Edward said, "I don't think it's Sam."
Yeah, no, it's not. He's right. Oh, I should have said that. My highlight of the year is not my own highlight. It's my 9th grade son's highlight, who spent the whole year worried that everywhere he went, people were going to call him the principal's son, and he managed to avoid the main office for the entire school year. While all the teachers anyway know who he is, he wasn't outed as the principal's son for the whole first year. So that's the success of the year. It can't be easy having to have the principal as your dad. So that's a win for the family.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
So thank you, guys. If you do have any questions for Eric, then you can shoot emails to him, or you can put stuff into the chat now, or you can always just send them to me and Ramona. I know that we hand over officially to Ellen and Meg this evening, but it'll be a challenge to literally just cut that cord. And we need to do the transition, and we haven't done that yet, have we, Meg? So
No, not yet. Am I muted still?
Right. Okay, so the next thing on the agenda, which I am not bringing up on the screen, but I'm just going to tell you, the next thing is just to approve the minutes from the March 22nd meeting. And then we're going to have super exciting end of year reports. And then once we've got through those, we will have the swearing in of the new board. So I was going to ask, I did have the minutes. I'm pretty sure I had the minutes open. So I am going to, this is on my fun point at which I mess up the screen sharing, but I will give it a go. Here we go. and I've got the wrong page right now, but I'm hoping I can just flip through and open up the other one. How about that? Can people see the unapproved minutes? See, I have made progress this year. Thank you.
Yeah.
So these were sent out for the board to look at last. So I'm trying to get rid of that. I did not want that in the way. Okay. The minutes from last time, it was a small meeting. There were about 12 people. I'm hoping that people in the board were able to take a look through these. We did rename the budget line of after prom to senior celebrations because we needed to have flexibility with how that money was being used. We had a big update on the flower sale, and we'll be giving you an update on that in a few minutes' time. So these were all updates. I never heard anything back about the Zanzibar Soul Fusion restaurant fundraiser, which was done at a very last minute. And I did reach out to the council people who had tried to set that up, but I didn't hear anything back about that. So I'm guessing that it was too short notice and maybe nothing really happened.
Oh, that's the
email.
I'm sorry, Nike? Nike?
Email because you need things in writing, not by text.
Nike, are you talking to me? Okay, I'm going to mute Nike. Was somebody else saying something just before that?
Yeah, okay. I just said that my daughter and I did go to Zanzibar that night. So, and we ordered all this extra food thinking, oh, it's for the fundraiser. So it may not be very much when it comes down to it, but we definitely went.
Thank you so much. I just never heard, so I haven't been able to say thank you to them because I didn't know what was happening, but we'll make sure that all happens. And that's great to know, Dominique. Thank you. Was it good? I'm sure it was.
Well, so the mistake we made is that Natalie and I ordered everything off the appetizer menu. And so it was a lot of really yummy, but probably less healthy stuff. And in hindsight, I think I would have ordered just a big, main course. But we literally ordered, I think, 5 or 6 things.
Oh, well,
because we wanted to try everything.
Right. Thank you. Yeah.
And they knew when we walked in, they knew right away that it was for the fundraiser. So hopefully we weren't the only people.
I hope not. Yeah.
And Kate, this is Lee. Once you find out, if you could email the secretary Gmail account with the final accounting, and we can add it as an addendum to these minutes.
Thank you. That's great. I'm just writing it down. All right. Thank you. So then the other part of last meeting was figuring out thoughts on how to reallocate funds because of things that weren't spent this year and because we actually had an overflow from the previous year. And again, that will come, we'll report back on what has finished up being the solution to that. And Joanne Smith came for educational enrichment. We had growth through loss, parenting through a pandemic. And that was Jessica Emick who came to speak to us about that. And, we had a small group, but it was really interesting stuff. So well worth it. But so if anybody has seen anything that needs to be corrected, please let us know now. Otherwise, could I have somebody vote to approve or propose?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thanks, Ramona.
Second.
And I'll second, Meg. I'll second it.
Thank you. And then we have this really exciting way of voting by using, and I'm going to need to stop screen sharing in order to do this, because otherwise I can't see what's going on. Reactions. At the bottom of your screen, you should see the reactions buttons. And if you approve, if you vote in favor of approving the minutes, then please put a thumbs up. Okay, and then, all right. Thank you. Anybody against it, please call out. You'll need to unmute and call out. All right. I would say that we have approved the minutes from the March 22nd meeting. Thank you very much. Okay, so moving on. Kim Harris, I know that this is very short. I spotted you there. Would you be able to give an update on volunteer recruitment as the first report of the evening?
Hi, yes, sure. So I think we've done pretty well. We really have. And thank you to everyone who has filled a position. You are so appreciated. It's been such an odd year. And despite that, people have stepped up to fill positions. We're really, as far as our executive board, practically full. So I think that we've had some like last minute, as of today, additions. So very happy about that. But with that said, we still do have positions that need to be filled. I'll just mention a couple. We have newsletter, social media. Kate, help me out. Grants. So those are important positions, as they all are, that we really would like to have filled before the school year begins. So if you have not grabbed a position yet, it is really not too late. So yeah, that pretty much is my report so far.
So thank you. So
again,
really,
thank you.
On the grounds that we had a couple of people, I think, sign up today or sort of agree today, but yeah, they're not necessarily on this. Somebody is printing in the background here, so forgive the noise. So we have those people, but I think that we will be able to do an email vote or a separate, separate oath for them, so that. Good grief, this machine is making so much noise and it's actually not producing anything. Okay, it stopped now.
Well, yeah, Andrea, I don't know if she's on here, but you know, she mentioned that she ought to be able to make it tonight. So it might just be, you know, one or two people having missed it.
Thank you. That's so yeah, Andrea Boyd and Anna Kranz have offered to stand as first VPs, and they're not on the list. So they were not on the slate that was put out. But I would like just at this moment to say that it was 100% approved by the people who voted on the Google form. I think there are people here this evening who did not, whose names were not on that. But basically, with the strangeness of the pandemic, the rules were that we could use a Google form rather than voting at the meeting.
You see here, I just saw that Deanna said she can help with grants.
Oh, wonderful. That is great.
That is great.
Thank you, Deanna. Yeah. So really it's I'm so happy about that I forgot what else I was saying.
I just want to reiterate while you're recalling what you were going to say. Newsletter, social media, still out there, still a great need. And I know someone on this call is very talented and going to be a great fit for those two positions. So just let me know.
Kim, this is Lee, and I am also on the nominating committee with you, obviously. In XP, we still have some openings on senior projects, the reception, the showcase. And what I'd like to also suggest, in addition to the people on the calls, you know, if you know of other folks that you want on your team, you know, it'd be nice to bring them in. We also have openings for Spirit Days and International Families, and those are really great events and things for the coming year as well.
For sure, thank you. I don't know how I forgot to mention International Families. Definitely, we want to fill all that we can, but some positions we really, you know, are in need. So if you know someone, just like she said.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So thanks very much, Kim. So in terms of where we got to, we had a slate. It was all advertised for the full month that is required in the newsletter, and the link to a Google form went out, and those votes were cast, and it was 100% in favor of accepting the proposed slate. So all of you who stepped up, we are thrilled that later on in about a half hour or so, we will be listening to you take the oath of office. So thank you. All right, my next on my list, first VPs. I don't know if you had, I don't think you had anything that you needed to report on, but I wanted to be certain of
No,
that.
I don't think we really did, to be honest.
Okay. I have messages from financial management from Deanna and Holly. Deanna, you didn't want to, I mean, I think you can't unmute. So I'm going to give the financial management report for the end of the year.
Do you think you can unmute her? Is it because you had to mute her?
Oh, do you think it was me? True.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try. But it just says ask to unmute.
No, I was able to do it now.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I had to walk away from the
Deanna,
noise.
if it was me that did that to you, I'm sorry.
No, but it's okay because I was over by, I can talk. I'm over on the side right now, so I can talk. So let's start with the shopping rewards, maybe. Susan always writes a wonderful report. And even with the challenges that we had, we still made $3,881. And that was a little bit lower than last year, which was $4,375. But again, we had no presence at Heinens this last year. So I think that went rather well. So again, just moving forward, I think I don't know who's in charge of Heinens next year, but definitely they can contact Susan again and me, and get some help out there to put out a table and just make sure that people do sign up. It is nice because this money goes to clubs as well. And then the second report would be for the teachers grants. And again, I think because of COVID, there was not a lot of attention by the teachers this year, but they had, there was $1,350 spent. A lot of them went through the language, to the world language departments, and then one went to the language lit department alone. So again, moving forward, Kate may be talking about this in a little while anyhow, how some PTO funds may be diverted to Shaker Heights departments as well. And last, Kate, maybe you can help me with this one, which is the flower sale, because I didn't receive the last notes from, I forgot who it was.
Sure, thank you. I think that from what Nancy said last, that they're expecting to get around 23,000 when it's all said and done. Right now, it's looking nearer 21,000, but there's still credit card and various other things going through. So somewhere between $21,000 and $23,000 is definitely a safe way to look at it, which is a fantastic amount and absolutely fits with our regular annual budget sort of setup. And there is an overflow, even though we're spending or about to give a whole chunk of extra money to the school to spend, which I'll explain. They're still going to have a good $30,000 for next year, I believe. And Nancy said that they made 85 deliveries on the Friday night. There were 450 orders. Some of the volunteers who came were alumni parents. So it's not just current parents, but people come back to help, which was really impressive. And it's like more than 3,500 plants got moved, because apparently there are plant units, and some of these things were sets of 10 plants, and they count as a plant unit. So like thousands and thousands of plants have gone out into the community. And I know it's not just people in the schools, it's people who don't have children in the schools or have never had children in the schools who also buy the flowers and support the high school that way, which is just fantastic. It's an incredibly successful way for us to raise money each year. And I love that it's just once a year. So thank you.
I've had my plants for 11 days and I haven't killed them yet.
Yeah, 2 of mine fried. They were not in the shade and they went, but
Yeah.
the rest.
I cannot guarantee you what 10 days from now they will look like.
Joni, would you like to go next?
Sure. Sorry, I had a thing up on my screen. Okay. So in the educational enrichment area, I will just summarize to say not much happened. Generally, all of my people, the chair people, reached out to the staff person. Things like guidance liaison, IB liaison, IC liaison, offered any kind of support, any kind of connection to PTO. Nothing was needed. Art exhibition award, I got to say, I never heard back from the chair. Like 4 times tried to get a hold, but I don't, I just, utility art box, it just didn't happen. So I will say that the only 2 things that happened, one small thing is senior project reception. So since there was no showcase, usually we have the reception, and so they have food for the kids, and they just do a little bit of memory things and just give them a place to be before the actual showcase. And the chairs looked into things to do, and just like anything was either cost prohibitive or just realized it wasn't about community and connecting. Like if we gave everybody a gift card, say, sorry, we can't buy you dinner, I mean, it'd be an enormous amount of money and they're not together. So what they did decide to do was they asked each school to do for the clap out is to have their 4th grade memory book there and to have some posters for the kids to all write like memories they have or what they're doing or where they're going to go, which is something they would have had in the reception. The only other thing that happened in my area was the career awareness events. So there were 2 things that happened this year, and with Jawan Smith, I think, is that how Jawan Smith? Joan Smith.
Yeah, Joanne Smith.
Joan or Jawan?
Well, it's spelled Jawan, but right. Whenever I heard Julie mention her, she said Joanne.
Okay. So, that there were 2 events. So they were held during crew time. There was one in February about passion equals career. And then there was the one in March that was about career readiness and social etiquette. And so this was planned by Julie Kaufman, Lisa McGuthrie, and Chris Wolkin. And so I think they were good. I mean, I got to say the first round, I'm not sure that every crew teacher really got the message. Mm-hmm. Second round, I think more did. So I think that's the full report. I mean, I followed up with most of my chair people and they're just like,
it's not happening.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of year where we're thinking like the educational enrichment is getting kids through classes and supporting them and looking and saying, are you okay? how are you doing? And these extra things were all often tied to being in person.
So the one good news thing is that the IC money is about to be spent. Matt Simon knows that it's there, and he's going to be using up that $150 that's available for him to help support some stuff during the summer.
Great.
So that's all happened. It's gone round in circles slightly, and you weirdly didn't get put into that loop, and I apologize for that.
No problem.
There was some emails going back and forth.
Okay, so that's really it for my area. And I have these notes it's in a document which I can give to Nikkei, but I guess I should also, maybe I'll forward to both of you if you want to load it into the site so it's a history for next year.
Sure. Thank you. That would be good. I don't think that there is a report from communications at all, because we don't have either of our communications people here. But I do know that Sarah is going to be taking on the website, and so that's going to grow and build and become more important next year. And Miranda is staying on with you, Kate, and so she'll be able to show you all the ropes about doing the e-blasts and getting things out there. And truly, with the two of you, I've ended up doing the newsletter this year, and I really think that you'd be able to do that, Kate, within what's there for your job. So I was going to maybe reach out and talk to you about that. Thank you. Parent ed and advocacy. Andrea, have you got a report?
She typed a note in a chat saying she did not have a report and had to jump off. I just saw.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I missed that.
You had to step away.
Oh yeah, and she doesn't have anything.
Yes.
Got it. I see that now. And then outreach. We definitely have a whole load of stuff from Dominique. Have you finished typing your work?
I have. I was eating. Now I have a hungry 15-year-old. Okay, I have a really good report. Excuse me. I ate a mandarin orange, Whole Foods. They're pretty good this week. All right, so we got lots of activity. I would say the biggest update was from Marla Walker on Spirit Days. Despite COVID, they were able to do so many things to give the students some very spirited Spirit Days. So here's kind of an overview. They gave out candy Valentine's on Valentine's Day, green shamrock eyeglasses on St. Patrick's Day. In April, they passed out Starburst and Skittles. In springtime colors. In May, they were able to decorate the senior hallway by hanging 100 college pennants on the walls. And then they provided individually wrapped donuts for every student. They also ordered the seniors red and white silicone bracelets with SHHS class of 2021 on the front and end of the reign on the back. Each of those treats was accompanied with a nice encouraging note signed "Love from the PTO." Because of COVID, Marla and the whole team had to prepare everything ahead of time and drop it off at the school. And Mr. Julie and the staff took care of the delivery. And they were all, right now they're in the process of sending home a treat for all the virtual students. Wendy's has donated 750 free Frosty coupons. So we just need to cover the postage. And they're also, Marla and her team are also actively pursuing one more treat for the end of the year because we still have money left in the budget. Just two other updates for new families. Alyssa shared an update that they conducted several outreaches to check in, provide updates, and let families know that they could reach out to the committee at any time for questions or concerns. And they did that reach out 3 to 4 times over the last year, including a big one at the first week of school. And then for Staff Appreciation Day, Sydnia and Hinda provided for the first semester $10 gift cards from Cafe 319 to every teacher with a note of appreciation. And then this semester, we're providing an all staff appreciation end of the year luncheon. And that's basically going to be a boxed lunch for all the staff, and is going to include sandwich, piece of fruit, cookie, chips, and an individual drink. And that luncheon is going to happen on June 2nd or 3rd. And they're working on finalizing quotes for the order. And if it doesn't fit within the budget, they're going to ask for donations for the drinks or the individually wrapped desserts. And I'm just seeing, you know, I thought of this before. I don't know if we have money extra from anyone else. But today they received a quote for $6 that will fit in the budget.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as you mentioned, senior clap out was also that was managed by Jen Salmon, and that took place today. We did not do student activities this year, but we did do, and we did not get an update from Sybil or Anastasia for the international family. So I'm not sure if anything happened there. No.
And that's it. Yay. Thank you so much. And yeah, really excited that, you know, we were able to sort of get a yes from Eric to doing a boxed meal for the teachers, because that's sort of considered to be safely contained and COVID friendly or unfriendly. We don't want it to be COVID friendly, right? We want it
right, exactly.
So that's great. Thank you. Betsy did share, I'm going to have to try and screen share again, which fills me with joy. I have a budget here, which is, I hope I'm going to be able to share. Yes, here it is. Okay, so just to give you where we were like earlier today, but with the flower sale income, this is not 100% correct yet. And I'm just really showing it to show you, if you look at this first column, this is the actuals, and you look at all of these things that have not been able to take place. Okay, so you will see an awful lot of line items where we had we had budgeted to be spending money on things which then did not come about. Okay, so it left us, after we'd gone through all of this, all these things that hadn't been spent, we already had other money in the bank as well. What I am just gonna point out, just in case anybody is noticing this and looking, is that Deanna told us $1,350 had been spent toward teacher grants, and it's saying $1,749 here because when Betsy paid for some of the speakers, she, I think that certainly Joanne Smith and I think Jessica also, both of those were paid out of the teacher grants. I mean, not out of teacher grants, but they got accidentally placed there at the moment. So that will be shifted and corrected before the books are closed for the year. We definitely tried to give money as much as possible to supporting any event that was actually happening. So you can see, Marla said there was $2,000 left for her to still use. So that's what she's trying to do for Spirit Day. Is anybody spotting anything that they'd like to comment on? I'll do my best to answer if there's anything. And I just felt that I should show you and have it there clear, but no questions? All right, I will stop sharing. Great. Ramona, would you like to just feedback from last week or 2 weeks ago's meeting, just to tell people what we voted to use the money for? I know I'm just leaving.
Yeah, I have a lot going on, so I'll try to.
Looked like it was exciting.
Do you want me to do it instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just wanted to give you a chance to speak because I've been going.
Yeah, I know, but I have 3 people in here talking. Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, having spoken with Eric and spoken with other people, we were looking at all the money we've got, and what we voted on was to give $5,000 of PTO money to Mr. Julie to spend on his coming back to school big extravaganza, fun, welcome back after pandemic celebration. So we are just like letting him run with that so that he has the freedom to do whatever there. And we also proposed, and it was accepted, to give up to $1,000 to each department in the school. So that ends up as 11 departments. And the idea was that this money should be spent on something that they couldn't usually manage within their budget. We've asked that it be used towards diversity, equity and inclusion, or IB, because those are the 2 pillars, those are the 2 main goals of the district. And the heads of department that I've heard, the chairs that I've heard from so far, have been extremely grateful and really, really excited to know that that money's there as they begin planning for next year. They were like, wow, thank you. That's going to be helpful. So that ends up being a lot of money, but it's for us, but I suppose $1,000 might not actually go very far if you're thinking about books for a department. We also said if there's any department who didn't think that they needed it, that they could, pair up with another department. They could share resources, things like that. And apart from that, I think, I don't know, Ramona and I have been there. We've been there at the clap out, and we've had our children be at the prom, and we are definitely feeling like the parents of seniors, I think. I'm very much ready for the next step. I don't think I have anything else. I mean, the financial part was the big deal for me, but has anybody got any questions about that? In which case, I would love to propose that any moment now we invite all of the new board to take their oath of office. And Kim was here. Is she? You're still here. Yay. So Kim, have you got the oath available? Because you were kind enough to say that you would read it out. And I can share the screen. I actually have it available to share on the screen if you don't have it yourself, Kim.
Oh, I think I can get it in front of me. Just give me one moment.
Sure. While she's doing that, I feel like I should just name everybody, and I'm going to need to open another document to do that. So bear with me as I do that. I am just going to open my list so that I don't make a mistake and name somebody incorrectly. Okay, so we have on the approved slate that people voted to say yes. Our new co-presidents will be Meg Fury and Ellen Russell. Our new first VPs, it says to be decided, but as of today, and we will do their voting in, their oath swearing in separately, Andrea Boyd and Anna Kranz. Co-VPs of Communication, Miranda Borden and Kate Walker. Co-VPs Financial Management are Diana Ramirez Bergeron and Holly Carpenter. VP Educational Enrichment, Nike Akintoye. VP Parent Education and Advocacy is Rachel Lutner, and there's a possibility we have a query, a question mark, somebody possibly volunteering to co with you, Rachel. Co-VPs of Outreach are Colette and Hart and Dominique Litmarth, continuing again from last year, the same as Diana and Holly. Our Treasurer, Betsy Potica, and co-secretaries Tracy Luther and Carla Gubana. So that is the slate. Those are, well, it's more than a slate. Those are the people who I'd like to metaphorically step up to take the oath. So usually we would have you guys all stand in a row at the front of the room while Kim would read this out. Kim, are you ready?
Okay, thanks, Kate. Yes, there will be a portion here where I will ask for you to say I do. Okay. The Shaker Heights Parent-Teacher Organization is dedicated to facilitating the active and informed involvement of all parents and families to achieve the educational success and well-being of children. Today, we recognize the willingness of these individuals to serve our organization by directing both our volunteers and financial resources toward activities that help achieve our mission. The Shaker Heights PTO is committed to supporting the highest standards of academic excellence in all learning disciplines and programs that enable our children to do their best and become lifelong learners. Sustaining an environment that encourages cooperation, collaboration, and communication among parents, educators, and the community at large in achieving our goals. Respecting and responding to the racial, religious, ethnic, and economic diversity that characterizes and enriches our school district. Building an awareness that parents and family involvement encompasses many roles, ranging from direct involvement with your own child's education to involvement with activities aimed at improving the overall school environment. Do you endorse and believe in this mission and these objectives, pledging yourselves to work faithfully for their attainment? Please reply, I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Thank you. Endorse
do.
and, okay.
I did.
Endorse and believe in the mission and these objectives, pledging myself to work faithfully for their attainment. As officers of Shaker Heights PTO, you hold responsible positions. The duties and opportunities for service that await you will call for sustained and conscientious effort on your part. I acknowledge your intention to serve faithfully to the best of your ability. It is with sincere pleasure that I declare you duly installed officers of the Shaker Heights PTO. Congratulations.
Yay!
Yay, thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, let's do some hand claps there. Thank you very much.
Lisa, Kim, I don't know when that has been read with as much meaning as you just read it.
Thank you.
Truly, it was beautifully read. Thank you.
Very nice, thank you.
That's great. Okay, so I have written a list of the people who were here and they're therefore fully up and running as the new board. And Ramona and I'm sure, are just like thrilled to say congratulations to all of you. And we are absolutely going to, this is my last thing, and then I'm going to ask Meg or Ellen to say something. But we are definitely going to set up an old board, new board meeting, meal, like drink outside, something, so that we do meet together, that we do transition, and you guys really do know what on earth is going on. Okay, so thank you.
Be great.
I support that. Yeah, let's do that.
Great. All right, so I know people are probably going to start dashing off on vacation the minute they can, but hopefully we can find a time. My last proposal on the agenda was that that Ramona and I would turn this over to Ellen and Meg to close out the meeting. So
okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kate and Ramona and everybody else for everything. You know, as been said, we just had such a strange year, and you guys, your leadership was really wonderful. I cannot have a beautiful British accent. It's been so lovely listening to you, Kate. So you're going to be stuck with my Boston accent as we go forward. Can everyone hear me?
yes, thank you. I think we were all just muted, but thanks, Meg.
Sorry. But anyway, I just want to say, if anyone needs anything at all in the coming school year, please reach out to us. This is going to be new for us as well. And we're really looking forward to hopefully a very normal back to school year, and whatever that is anymore, we don't know, but a very joyful and fun back to school year. So we're looking forward to it. And again, everyone have a great rest, a great summer, and let's make next year truly a wonderful year. And thanks for everything that everyone has done.
Thank you all very much. Thanks.
Thanks, Meg.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kate and Ramona.
Thank you. I'm going to stop recording.